Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? As you can see, I am back in my car once again and I am taking off to somewhere. Question is, where am I heading? And the answer is simple. Going back to the bank. And then I'm gonna come back home and see how far my movie is rendered, or how my vlog is rendered. And then hopefully by then it should be done downloading and then I can upload it. If not, then I'll have to wait longer and then I'll have to just wait until it's all done, and then you guys can watch that vlog that I just made for yesterday's. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be doing some running around here, but that's only once I see that my last vlog is rendered, because I'm going to an arts and crafts store later on the day, because it turns out that poster frame that I bought at Wally World yesterday was too small, so now I have to go find a bigger poster frame to fit the poster that I want to fit, and I'm thinking 24 by 36, which is a usual typical poster frame, and the dimensions for a standard poster is going to be a little bit small, so I'm thinking I want to go a little bigger, and I'm thinking arts and crafts store might have something a little bit bigger, but if they don't, then I'll just try to see if I can, you know, just see if that 24 by 36 frame will fit. So yeah, excuse me, I just had lunch a little while ago, so yeah. But other than that, I think that's all I'm going to be doing. Yeah, pretty much that's all I'm going to be doing. So nothing too exciting, nothing adventurous, just more of a, you know, check to see if they have it, then go from there, and then you know, spend a couple dollars, and then pretty much that's about it. So yeah, that's pretty much what the whole day is going to be like. Okay, so I remember two things just now. One, I stopped by one of the places that had the stores for odds and ends, and I'm going to do it on time today for one. And secondly, I'm also going to wash my car, because I just remember that I saw how dirty it is, not only on the windows but on the sides as well, and I realized that I really need to wash my car. So instead of what I said before about staying home doing nothing, I lied. So apparently I'm going to be doing odds and ends at home and washing my car. So yes, I am going to be kind of somewhat out and about, besides going to arts and crafts store and all that other good stuff, which I'm still going to do. But you know, I just got more stuff on top of that, so that I couldn't do before because of you know, stuff that happened earlier that I had planned, or had come up at the last minute. So yeah, so I'm gonna do it today. Well guys, I hit a small snag while I was uploading my last video though, but I got it up and loaded and ready to go, and a cop just passed me while I'm vlogging. Doesn't matter, but so anyways, now that I got that all taken care of, I'm gonna go and head out to get my car washed, because it's the closest, and then I'm gonna go to the arts and crafts store and see if they have what I'm looking for, and if not, then I guess I'll just have to make the best of it and just you know, try to make a compromise, and then go from there. So pretty much what's gonna be happening so far. Well guys, I've gotten my car washed though, but there's a reason why I hate doing that, and that's because, I don't know if you can see it though, but look, yeah, wet spots, mainly because of the high pressure hose that leaks through right there. It's another reason why this car is just like all bleh. And it's not only on the passenger side, but on my side as well, which is even worse. Well guys, I guess I spent more than I wanted to, because I got a poster frame, biggest one they had at the arts and crafts store, which is a 27 by 40, which is bigger than most poster sizes, but hopefully it should fit, and that thing cost me about 40 bucks. Yeah, not cheap. And then I was scrolling through their selection of posters just to see what they had, and I found an old school Batman, but also a bunch of Star Wars ones too that were really awesome. Like they had one where like Luke, Leia, Han, Darth Vader, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2 were like in a rock band. That was freaking awesome. I would have bought that, but again, I would have had to pay more money and more frames and stuff like that, and plus I wouldn't know where to put it. And so the poster that I bought is, you know, your average poster size, you know, 24 by 36, and that poster frame that I bought yesterday is too small, so I'm going back to Wally World, but a different one, since I'm going to the one that was closest to the Arts and Crafts store, but a little ways out from me though. But I'm going here just to see if they have poster frames, hopefully the ones I'm looking for really cheap. And I know they have them for cheap, but you know, kind of like the style I'm looking for, nothing like too fancy or too big or anything like that. And you know, hopefully if they have what I'm looking for, then, you know, hopefully pay like something cheap, you know, grab it in, out, get out, and just go home and do whatever else I feel like doing today. Well, I thought I was gonna buy one of those posters with the big old frames, but luckily I looked hard enough and I found the same frame that I got on the poster I bought before, but in the same size I was looking for, so now I'm happy. And I realized that happy hour is almost over at Sonic, so I'm gonna go get myself something cold to drink because, well, I'm thirsty and I'm craving Sonic and I haven't had anything in a very, very long time. Well, hello guys, it is Thursday once again, which can only mean one thing. It is that time once again for another edition of Odds and Ends, yo, where I read you some really weird news stories from all over the world, and, well, they don't call it Odds and Ends for a reason, you know? You know? Okay. Now, before we begin, anytime I decide to do endorsements, they are not real, so please don't sue me for copyright, anything like that, or, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, pretty much that's how it goes. It's only a joke. It's not like it's gonna real be anything. Joe, the good stuff. Okay, no, I'm messing with you guys, but so anyways, as for today's odds and ends, there is one out of the country and the rest are in the United States, and it looks like there are 6 altogether, but they're all really short. So anyways guys, without further ado, let's begin. Our first story comes out of Kyrgyzstan, K-Y-R-G-Y-Z-S-T-A-N, Kyrgyzstan. The so-called Eternal Flame at a famed war memorial in the former Soviet Union nation of Kyrgyzstan has been prematurely extinguished by the nation's gas company. The Kyrgyz utility provider shut off service to the famed, quote, Victory Square War Memorial in the capital city of Bishkek after government authorities failed to pay off a KSG 444,000 or $9,400 debt. The head of the Bishkek Gas Supply Services told reporters the bill has been outstanding for 3 years. Bishkek's, quote, eternal light was erected to honor the millions of Soviets who died fighting Nazi Germany. Officials in the economically depressed nation say that they hope the dispute can be resolved by May 9th, so the eternal flame can be relit in time for the day on which most former Soviet republics celebrated victory in World War II. Rock and roll, comrades. But so if you owe them $9,400, my question is, how are you going to be able to get that money? Are you going to do what we did and we're in the billions of dollar deficit and we just borrow money from other countries to pay us back and then we pay them back? Or what? I don't know how you're going to do it, but However you're going to do it, I wish you the best of luck, but that time window is starting to run out very slowly because May 9th is right around the corner, so you better get your asses in gear. And now our stories that comes out of the United States. In Indiana, an outraged passenger filed a complaint with police in Indianapolis claiming a flight attendant, quote, rudely woke him up as his plane was taxiing toward a gate. Arizonian Kevin Johnson, 37, was a passenger on a chartered Million air flight that landed at the Indianapolis airport at around 8:30 a.m. on April 22nd. Johnson told airport police he was sleeping but was, quote, rudely interrupted when an unidentified flight attendant tapped him on the knee with a magazine. According to the Indianapolis Star, Officer Ricky Seconds took down the passenger's complaint, nodding at his report that Johnson, quote, had no physical signs of injury, no complaint of pain, and no paralysis from the magazine. Okay, dude. Why do you have to go apeshit on someone when they just on the knee with a magazine? And then you gotta be like, I think you had too much to drink, or you were just that stupid. Because, I mean, if it was me, I would have just, like, tapped or, like, rubbed the shoulder, not, like, with the magazine on the knee. Because, I mean, whoever did that, that's kind of rude. You know, I'll take that. You know, that is a little rude-ish, though. But, you know, tap on the shoulder or, like, you know, wake them, like, you know, like that. That would be fine. You know, so you don't have to file a report just because they whoosh on the knee. That's stupid. But, whatever, dude. I know you're going to lose anyway. So, moving on. Our next story is out of Florida, where a North Florida woman was hospitalized in serious condition after her boyfriend allegedly mistook her for a wild hog and shot her in the legs. The Flagler County Sheriff's Department says Stephen Egon, 52, was in a tent with his girlfriend Lisa Simmons on the evening of April 21st when he spotted a hog. The Daytona Beach News Journal reports Egon told authorities he left the tent and went to go look for it. While searching, he said he heard a noise, thought it was the hog, and fired his .30 caliber rifle in that direction. Unfortunately, the noise was Simmons, who was struck in both legs by the bullet. She was listed in serious condition following surgery at Halifax Medical Center. No charges were filed against Egon. No word on whether the couple is still together. Okay, dude. Two things here. One, how in the hell did you find a gun that can fire a .30 caliber bullet? .30 caliber were used in World War I in the big ol' heavy duty machine guns. But those things would have really knocked you on your ass. Secondly, where the hell did you find a hog? Seriously. Did a hog just like mysteriously come out of nowhere and then you shoot your girlfriend? That's the other thing too. Don't shoot your girlfriend, people, or your boyfriend accidentally, or however you say it. But Jesus Christ, .30 caliber on your legs. You could have like freaking like sliced them right off. That's how powerful that bullet is. It can go straight through both your knees or legs, or depending on where the shot goes, and could just rip right through them like a knife through paper. That's how powerful that thing is, pretty much. But if they're still together, then wow, that's a big mistake of your life you're going to regret. I'm telling you right now. But then again, it's not my choice. That's hers. Moving on, our next story is out of Oregon, where the small town of Boring, Oregon, that's the town, has agreed to become a sister city to the tiny hamlet of Dole, Scotland. Yes, Dole is a town. The unofficial partnership of Boring and Dole allows the two towns to promote one another in a joint tourism campaign. The Oregon, I don't know how you say that, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, reports that the idea originally came from the Scottish tourist Elizabeth Ligton, who passed through the town in Clackamas County earlier this year. Officials in Oregon had already planning on selling Boring and Dole quote t-shirts. Boring has a population of some 8,000 and was named after homesteader William H. Boring. Dole, on the other hand, boasts a mere 84 residents, and many divert its name from a Gaelic word meaning meadow or snare. Naming towns Boring and Dole. You already have t-shirts coming out. Nice. And one person decided Boring and Dole should be joint sister cities. See, it's amazing what one person who is willing to put whatever they want on the line and they get it. And see what they get. This is what you get. Anything is possible. That's the word of advice. Alright, our next story is out of Idaho, where according to a report in the Bonner County Daily Bee, 30-year-old John Ernest Cross was charged with a felony after allegedly ordering someone to perform the, quote, moonwalk at gunpoint. Police say they were called to Cross's home in Clark Fork on April 23rd after receiving a report that the homeowner was on drugs, had pointed a rifle at another man, and was demanding he perform Michael Jackson's signature move. A probable cause affidavit describes Cross's weapon as an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle, but Cross claimed during a court appearance on April 25th that he only pulled an airsoft pellet gun. No explanation was given for the moonwalk demand. Cross was charged with felony aggravated assault and held on a $20,000 bond. Okay. If you were having an airsoft pellet rifle, they would have noticed. But then again, cops these days can't tell the difference between real and fake weapons because I myself am an airsoft player. Guns, when they usually go through customs, whether from Taiwan, China, Japan, or whatever, because they're usually, mostly of them are made in, those countries or in America. Federal law requires that they have an orange tip about 1/4 of an inch long, that big, an orange tip. So if he was pulling out an AR-15 pellet rifle, airsoft pellet rifle, there would have been a blazing orange tip right there. Or some guns these days, they usually have the barrel cover, where it's an actual same piece of the barrel with the blazing orange tip, but they paint it black or whatever to make it look more realistic though. But again, the rules are you should never do that in public, because if you do, you could get shot, because I mean, airsoft has been in the news and it's been with Senate and legislation bills for the longest time now, and us players have been trying to defend them from trying to take away our game and try to make it look more ridiculously stupid, because it's grown in the last 20 some odd years, and it's just going to keep getting better and better with people like this. It's going to ruin our game. And the way Senate bills, it's like, oh, let's make it real firearms even though they fire plastic pellets. You guys are stupid. This is why society is fucked up in the first place. This is why. Because they think that because one person can screw it up for everybody, and then they decide, oh, let's alter it, and then we'll ruin everybody's life with it. So this is why politics and everybody in society in general is fucked up with this stuff. I'm sorry, I hate it when they have to involve airsoft in the news and Senate, and they try to alter it and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I get like that. And lastly, our final story is out of Texas, where in addition to not posting pictures of yourself on committing crimes on Facebook, hence last week's odds and ends, you should probably not use Twitter to taunt police. Police in Pearland say 20-year-old Lamar University student Mahogany Masson Kelly recently sent out a message on Twitter bragging, quote, "I still got a warrant in Pearland. Those pigs will never catch me. Never." Unfortunately, police in Pearland, located just south of Houston, monitor Twitter for keywords including Pearland. Lieutenant Onesimo Lopez of the Pearland Police Department told KTRK 13 News that the department told the department does the occasional searches to, quote, keep abreast of what's going on in town. Officers took the tweet as a personal challenge, tracked Mason Kelly to a university in Beaumont,
and had her arrested by campus police. She was wanted on several outstanding warrants, including impersonating her sister during a traffic stop on May 17th. Wow. You really must be that stupid to not listen when people are that stupid enough to post crimes themselves on Facebook, now on Twitter. Do you think that any social media network, cops are not going to find your ass if you have a warrant for your arrest or if you were committing crimes? You think you're going to get away with it by social networking, but trust me, there are cops and FBI who are always on there, always willing to hunt down criminals, because things have changed. And even if you were to take work, even before all these social networking sites were available, police are still going to find you through a computer with a warrant for your arrest if you refuse to show up on your court date, or if they want to catch you. But anyways, guys, that is it for this edition of Odds and Ends, and I hope you guys really listened, enjoyed listening to those stories as much as I like reading to you guys. And I guess we will see you guys next Thursday for another edition of Odds and Ends. And a happy event will take place shortly in your home. Who knows?